Hey everyone, I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 27th of January 2024. Now, there's a whole lot of things that have been floating around social media, a lot of falling out with among TikTok rankers and stuff like that. And people are chiming in, people are going live, adding their 2 cents, who is hurling insults at people, going in on people, saying this about them, that they are being unfair, that they're reporting people live, causing people, one in particular by the name of Miss Triple, to lose. I think she has been banned from TikTok. There's a ban and a time limit to the ban. That is, there's a time limit to each ban that she has been dealt with. But she's saying that she cannot create another account because she is exhausted creating TikTok account. But she said even if she's in the American ranking, her page also gets banned. They report it. So I'm curious what's happening. You understand? We have seen there's a fallout among the top ranker, Quite Perry, and other people out there. And it's very, in particular, TJ, in which his girlfriend Moya had chimed in and was defending him and saying that they've been going in on TJ and they need to stop. TJ, a ranker, a TikToker, not the dancehall artist TJ. And so people have been coming in, people have been adding their 2 cents, people have been hurling insults at Quite Perry, at Tanaania, and all of that, and saying that they're acting like they're uptown people and it's all begging. It's just the same thing that you're doing, where it doesn't matter your socioeconomic background or your status or wherever it is that you're from or your address, begging is begging. And so it doesn't make any difference. They're all begging and they're in stages to begging or anything like that. You understand? There isn't any stages. But listen, and they're complaining mainly that they're acting like they're more intelligent than people, or they're more this or they're more that, they're better than them, and they are not. We're all the same people, and black people fight against people. And Quite Perry saying that Quite Perry is the one that's reporting people account or doing this or doing that. But here's my thing. When you're a child, I don't know about a lot of people, and it seems like it's a very, very serious matter, and a lot of people weren't told this. But as a little girl growing up, my mother used to always told me how to conduct myself in public. Whenever it is I'm in public space, I must have certain decorum. I must learn how to behave myself, close my mouth, speak when I'm spoken to, learn how to conduct myself, because people will think something of me. And if you don't care how people think of you, that's okay. But when people start to treat you according to what they think of you, that's when you are going to care, because it's not going to be a good treatment. They are going to disrespect you. They're not going to cater for you and stuff like that. And so my mother used to teach me these things. And so when we come now and we're on social media and we're on TikTok, when you're going live, it's a public platform. You're now in the public space. You understand? You're in the public space and you're live. So at the end of the day, you have to know how to conduct yourself just the same. But there are certain people out there who put down themselves voluntarily, and then they complain that people are in fact putting them down, when that couldn't be even further from the truth. You look at yourself a certain way, you behave a certain way, you treat yourself a certain way. But when people decide that we are going to give you a reflection of what you see yourself as, then you start having a problem and you start cussing and gyrating and going on and ranting on social media and all of that. Quite Perry, based on what my knowledge of, yes, he's gay, he's openly gay, I think, and he's coming out and he gift people on TikTok and stuff like that. But Quite Perry is the type of person that is known to conduct himself with a certain decorum. You understand me? Education could be a part of it, or he was raised could be a part of it, and he haven't deviated from it even when he's a full-grown adult. Based on my knowledge of Tanaania, she works with corporate Jamaica or somewhere, I don't know, but I used to see her in the corporate space and such, and she come on TikTok and she's there and she's a friend of Quite Perry. She was known for doing a little comedic skit with Dan, a guy named Dan. Then I remember seeing a video of her and stuff. I don't know much about them, but I see her on TikTok, and based on what I know is that she also conducts herself with self-respect. She speak English, she speak patois, she cross her T, she dot her I, she behave herself on the platform. However, there are people out there who behave a certain way, and you can't blame people if they simply don't want to have anything to do with you. I used to go on live. I used to go on most of them live. I used to sit down and I watch their live straight up until the morning. I won't name names, but when they began cursing and began disrespecting people and began saying all these caustic things, someone said to me once, because they heard it. They heard the noise and the cursing, and they asked me, what is that I'm watching and stuff like that. And I say to them, and they say, you don't know better. You are a positive person. You are going somewhere. So why are you watching this? Why are you partaking? What is it that the person is saying? And I was explaining to them, and they say it matters not what you're saying right now. The fact is that if you're on a positive scale, you cannot be going over there and listening to that kind of thing because it's negative. There's nothing positive in what the person is saying. You cannot add that to your daily life. It cannot advance you. So what's the purpose? Because they know me like that. So that's why they were saying it and were advising me. And because of such, I just stopped going on their life. I stopped watching their videos because it just doesn't suit my energy. You understand me? And I don't want to be thrown off balance. And because of such, I just don't participate. I don't go on their live anymore because it was just so much cursing, using of caustic language and foul languages, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. If you're leaving something and you're going something positive, you should eliminate all negative energy, and you have good judgment. You pray and ask for discernment, and you use good judgment and know that, listen, that's okay. I don't have any ill feelings against anyone. I'm just on a different vibration, and that's not where I'm heading. So with that being said, we've seen wherein so many things are happening and people are losing their account. People are going and telling that even the dancing rebel that someone else is talking about her and stuff like that until she messages a person, and a lot of foolishness are involved in it. But I'm just saying to the public out there, if you conduct yourself a certain way in public space, that's your business. We know a lot of you don't care. You don't care. You don't care how people see you. You don't care because nobody can tell you anything. And like I said, a lot of people from they leave their mother roost. You can't tell them anything because they know everything. You can't. So if you have that mentality about you cannot complain when someone is treating you or simply don't want to be in your space. If a person is positive and a person have self-respect and a person is going about their business and they conduct themselves a certain way because they have to go back to their business or they have to go back to their associate and stuff like that, they are going to do what it takes to avoid you and your energy. And you can't fault people for that. You have to learn how to conduct yourself in public. And if you're a full-grown man or a full-grown woman and you don't know how to, it says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. It doesn't matter who is begging or who is this or who is that. There is something called integrity. There's something called decency. You understand me? There's something called dignity. You learn to honor yourself and you respect yourself in a public space, especially when interacting with people. You can't just make flippant comments and be disrespectful to any and anybody and thinking that everybody is going to adjust to you. Nobody owes you adjustment. You are not significant to a lot of people. And because you are not, they are putting it to you that you are not significant to them by way of ignoring you, avoiding you, blocking you, unfollow, because they don't want that in their space and they are within their right to avoid it. So I don't care what people want to say in the comment section. A lot of people are saying that they act like they're better than, no, they don't act like they're better than people. They were probably taught how to conduct themselves in public, and if they were taught it, they are applying it to their daily life. It's very unfortunate that you can't. It's very unfortunate that you can't. You understand? I always say, a person, you can approach me any and anyhow you please, You can approach me anyhow you please. But when I decide to respond to you, I hope you can take it. Because a lot of people out there, I realize, do not respect themselves. It's not people that they don't respect. So they feel the need to say anything to anyone. They don't respect themselves. And because they don't respect themselves, they feel boosted to say anything to anybody, thinking that the person is going to turn a blind eye or the person is going to coil up and turn around and support them and take it as a joke or this or anything for that matter. People aren't like that. Everybody isn't the same. There are people who simply don't want you around them. And if they don't, then that's something that you really don't have to respect, but you have to respect. You understand? So you can upload a live, you can go live, you can upload a video, and you can go in on people until the cows come home. The fact of the matter is that when people respect themselves, they are going to avoid people who don't. They are going to avoid people who don't. Does Perry, do I agree with everything that Perry does? I don't know, because I don't watch his life wasn't something that I've ever been on. Do I agree with anything that Tanaania does? I don't know, because their life isn't something that I usually go on. But based on what I've seen during the screen record or anything that's out there in the FYP, I don't see wherein they have ever gone out and be disrespecting people and saying anything that comes to their mind about people. I don't know what's the issue. You want the girl to come out and start telling you about your aunt Anita, about your mother, about your parents, about people who have absolutely nothing to do with TikTok and its foolishness. Is that what you want? Because she's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. She's there on the app and she conducts herself. I don't see where you guys are putting labels to people and then you're offended when people avoid you. How are you going to see the woman and class her as an uptown woman, because she what? Because she conduct herself with self-respect. There are a lot of people living in the ghetto who conduct themselves with respect also. There are a lot of people who live in the ghetto who knows decorum and knows how to behave in public space. So stop talking about uptown and downtown and ghetto people, because not every ghetto people behave the same way. There are lots of people living right now as we speak in ghetto or in at-risk community, and you can't know if you see them. You cannot tell because they know how to conduct themselves in public space. You understand? A lot of you people are sad. You put curse on yourself and you walk around and blame everybody for it, and you don't realize that the man in the mirror is most likely the problem. That's what a lot of people don't do. I can't come out and judge a person because they conduct themselves or because they respect themselves and they conduct themselves, in a particular way on social media platform. They are doing it because what? They want people to come. They want to make it welcoming for people to send them gifts, send them money, whatever the case, diamond, whatever the thing is that they are going to get on TikTok. That's what they want. So they are trying to make their platform welcoming. If you are on your platform and all day, every day, you are going in on people, you're telling people about their part, you are going in on people, you're disrespecting people, you're this, you're that, they did that, and the third. People are not going to want to be around you. Even people who are like you will not want to be around you. Even people who are like you will not want to be in your space because people respect themselves. And if they respect themselves, they are going to avoid places that and people who don't. You understand? So you might want to check yourself. You might want to check the man in the mirror before you come on social media platform and be disrespecting people and thinking everybody else is a problem and people are uptown and people are this. It has nothing to do with uptown or downtown. Because like I said, there are people in a tourist community who don't behave that way. You are the one that are putting a label on yourself, a negative label, a negative adjective to yourself. And then when people simply avoid you, you understand me? You're saying that they're acting like they're better than you are. They're from upper echelon and they're from this and they're from that. You understand me? When simply, oftentimes, that's not even the case. You understand? That's not even the case. I don't even like people that are too loud. I don't even like people that are too loud. I don't like to be around people that are too loud. I don't like to be around people that, engage in vulgar activity all day, every day. Because it's simply not me. It's simply not me. And if it was me, and the person is trying to avoid that kind of atmosphere and energy, you have to respect that. You simply have to respect that. That's something that you have to respect. You understand? So if you don't respect it, that's too bad, too sad. They're still going to avoid you. They're still not going to want to have anything to do with you. And there is nothing that you can do about it. That make it a 9-day talk. You sit down in your misery and you move on to the next person and then you're going to start curse them anyway. You understand? Because that's a curse that you put on yourself. You have the spirit of cursing. You understand me? The Bible speak about it, that the woman, they are a foolish woman. It's clamorous. It's loud. You understand? She's loud. She sit at her gate and entertain people. The Bible speak about a foolish woman. It speak about a foolish woman. You understand? It tells you that the woman shall grow up in the city. If you go back to the Old Testament, it tells you all of these things. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. The Bible itself teach every single thing that's out there. It's in the Bible, whether we like it or not. The very social media, it's also in the Bible. But that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be back. So enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.